Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Egan, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler V Series V's. I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I am more than a little bit under the weather at the time I'm doing this, but it's not really affecting my sinuses or my taste buds too much. I'm just a little bit foggy in the head at the moment, so things could get wacky. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And that's not the case in this instance. I actually picked this item up a couple days ago. And I've been just, waiting for a good opportunity. The nice thing about it getting colder right now is that I can go over there and I can take items from my fridge and leave them in my truck when I go to work, and then they're still cold, when I leave, to go home. So that's what happened with this particular item. And I'm hopeful that it'll be really tasty because I think it will be. But what is it? It happens to be, boom! It is from Olipop. This is their crisp apple, a new kind of soda. It's got prebiotics, botanicals, and plant fiber. 5 grams of sugar per can. And then it's got the Olipop combines a classic soda, prebiotics, plant fiber. Like sparkling apple juice and gummy apple rings blended into one, crisp apple is so tantalizingly sweet and refreshing it makes every day feel like a celebration. It's vegan, paleo, gluten-free, non-GMO. Shooby-doobin. Okie doke. So yeah, and I've reviewed some stuff from Olipop in the past. Like, it's one of these, kind of alternative sodas. Now they got an apple flavor. I really like apple soda. So let's get a thing for a thing here. It looks like this one kind of ha. Let's give it a go. Hopefully it's delicious. Olipop is typically pretty good, but they can be a little bit hit or miss, depending. Got a nice apple scent to it. Let's give it a go. Ooh. Okay. Let's give it another sip. It drinks really nice. Like, I like the carbonation level. You heard it. I did that. That was involuntary. That's always a good sign. Okay. I mostly like it. It actually has a nice, apple bite to it and everything. It has, a crispness, which I really like. For me, when I think of apple sodas, the one that I'm most familiar with is, the Manzanita Soul, which I think is fucking fantastic. But I've certainly had others, and they range in terms of, some of them are better, some of them are worse. I'm kind of surprised it's not a more popular flavor of soda. This one, it's somewhere in the middle. I like it. I don't love it. It has some things I really like. It has some things that I'm not entirely about. So, the initial hit is really nice. It has a nice crisp apple soda flavor. It's more the lingering stuff where it just, that's when it kind of comes, because initially, honestly, it almost tastes like just a normal soda, which is one of the things I like about Olipop. A lot of times their stuff tastes pretty close to the original. But this is one of those ones where, it comes through really nice at first, but as it goes by, some of those lingering elements to it, the things where it's it's prebiotics and botanicals and plant fiber, some of that starts to come through a little bit, and you get that whiff of this isn't quite a normal soda. But I will give them a lot of credit, especially for, it's a prebiotic soda. I will always recount the fact that the first prebiotic soda I had, I do not remember the name of the company anymore. I don't even know if they're in business now. First prebiotic soda I ever had was this prebiotic root beer, and it was garbage terrible. Like, it tasted like straight medicine. It was really, really bad. And since then, for the most part, emphasis for the most part, I do think that these companies have gotten a lot better at working with the prebiotic and probiotic stuff, making it work with the actual flavors that they're putting into it. And I think that this does that pretty well. Like, it doesn't really come through as like a prebiotic soda for me. I would say it's mostly just tastes like a normal soda. But as that apple flavor starts to wind down a little bit, it takes on a little bit of a sourness, a little bit of a tartness, which can be okay. You know, sour apple soda isn't a bad thing. Hell, Manzanita Soul, they had a green apple version of their soda for a little while, and seemingly just went away forever, which is a shame. But yeah, the aftertaste is where it loses a few points. You know, like, it's not terrible or anything, but it's not as nice as when it starts. But I think overall, this is actually surprisingly really nice. And, like, again, you know, apple is kind of an underrepresented soda. So the fact that they decided to do that and actually managed to do a pretty dang good job of it, like, I've had proper, quote unquote, proper apple sodas that I liked way less than this. Like, this is actually pretty decent. I can get along with this. So I really like the way that drinks. Really like the way that drinks. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? You know what? I'll say sure and sure. Like, you know, it's not going to be like an immediate go-to for me or anything. You know, like, I'm still probably going to, you know, head more towards like the actual sodas. But little by little, these alternative soda brands have definitely started to kind of win me over a little bit. And you know, again, I can kind of get along with this one. Again, some of the Olipop flavors, you know, I've had some that I wasn't thrilled with, but typically they're not terrible or anything. But then you do get some of the ones that I actually would say that I like, and I do think that this falls into that category. It's a nice drink. It tastes like a good apple soda. Again, it has those lingering aspects to it that I'm not the biggest fan of, but, like, they're not terrible or abrasive or anything. And yeah, I mean, every now and again I could see grabbing one of these. And if I'm recommending it, it kind of becomes a question of who am I recommending it to? Am I recommending it to people like me, who realistically are probably more just normal soda drinkers, but, you know, maybe we like to spice it up a little bit, you know, try some new stuff? Or am I talking to people who are already on the alternative soda path, or maybe kind of thinking about it? Because in that case, you probably already have, you know, the ones that you like and the ones that are more your vibe. If you're on my end of things, I mean, it's not a bad thing to drink. You know, it's tasty. Again, it's got a nice apple soda flavor to it and everything. If you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. I don't think you'll have any big issues with it. And again, if you're that person where maybe you're a little bit on the fence, maybe you're kind of like, well, you know, maybe I'll start trying some of this stuff out. Olipop isn't a bad route to start with. You know, there are way, way worse brands out there to start with. If that's, you know, again, you want to get in that alternative soda thing. And if you're that person who, like I said, you know, if you already know you like certain brands and stuff like that, if you already know you like Olipop, this is just one more nice flavor to add to their repertoire. 5 things before we get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and yourselves a truly Manzanita Soul-tastic rest of your life. They had a mango flavor one time, and I was only able to get it once. It was in a 2-liter, and then it was just gone forever. Hashtag Manzanita Soul, bring back the mango flavor. Damn it, that was good. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when you're in a situation where you're trying to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, I'm so out of it right now. Oh, hopefully all of this extra hydration will help me out. Folks, what's your favorite apple soda? Do you have one? Do you not have one? Have you tried apple soda? And if not, why? I'd be interested to hear about it. I didn't have apple soda until I was probably late high school. It just wasn't really a thing, that was commonplace. And then they started carrying Manzanita Sol, which I'm sure I'm mispronouncing the hell out of. But they started carrying that at Walmart and stuff, and my dad was like, oh, fuck it, let's give it a shot. And, it turned out we both really liked it. So, but anyway.